In today's video, we're gonna have a look at the track that I recently released, The South, together with Fisherman. Hey, what's up? Husman here, and recently I've released a new trance track called The South on In Harmony Recordings, and I did this track together with Fisherman, so I thought, let's have a look into the Ableton project and see how this track came to life. So I got the project in front of me, and the way I always start in my tracks is always with the melody, and actually this time Isaac started the melody. I just did some minor tweaks to make it at least emotionally fit for me better, and he felt the same way, thankfully. So actually the first thing that we started with was the and that's actually the main melody that you've probably heard in the track already. And one thing I always love to do when I do these arpeggiated melodies, I always like to add some chords in there, and don't make the chords the main element, but make it a bit the layer which brings everything together. So I got here this detuned saw layer, which sounds like this. And as you can probably tell, I used mostly the same notes as I used here. I just added an octave below for the bass, and I didn't do the arpeggiated pattern. I made a chord out of it. And that's one of the ways that you can make it sound really big but not lose track of the main melody. And when it came to the leads next, it was more of adding more of the same, but just different kind of tones to the track. And this one. If you combine all of those, then I think you got quite an awesome layer, if I'm being honest. Next, what we got is the actual really funky sound that I really like. It's a really distorted sound. It's actually a sound that really is distorted. It's a really morphing sound which I really like, and I used it also in a break. And love the CPU on my old MacBook. I got a new one, but not this project yet, so you have to deal with it for now, unfortunately. Terribly sorry. Now, one thing that really makes the break is actually some Cashmere samples that Isaac found, and I usually personally for my own music I don't use Cashmere that much, mainly because I've already heard all the sounds in either older track of my own or other people's tracks, so I always like to dive for more unique sounds because everybody has access to those sounds. But Isaac actually found a really cool vocal loop. Combine that with some wah horns and some ambience. Some cinematics. And then you basically got the whole break. As you can see, it's not too many layers. It's just really well looked for layers which fit together with some cool effects in between. You might have heard that in Arrival, an older track of mine, that sweep. And then it's almost like just building stuff, building the melody up, building everything out of the filter, adding some pads. Guys, no, unfortunately not. Let's move on, let's leave the pads for what they are. Can try the violins, but they'll probably do the same. yeah. And as you can hear, aside from all the crackles and all the terrible CPU, everything is building up towards that big hands in the air moment, which I think in trance and in EDM is really important. So you introduce stuff out of the filter coming up, and then the big hands in the air moment, the climactic moment is here. And then you really want the crowd to stand up and yeah, just embrace the moment. Now for this track, actually the drop wasn't that difficult once we got the melody right. I just added a bass line and a sub bass and then a kick, and that's basically all there is to it in this drop. A kick is only as good as if it fits the track. If a kick can be the best awesome kick, creative kick in the world, if it doesn't match your track, it's useless. So combine this with just simple sidechain, add some leads. And that's what I also think is the most important, is really making sure that your melody is good, that the story fits, that you set a theme, because then all the other elements will fall much more easily into place, because you already got the most important element of your track done, and then everything else will in one way inspire you, so you're gonna have more fun working on it, and then all the elements will, at least to me, fall much quicker into place. As you can see with this track, there's one main melody and everything else is just helping that main melody move forward. Now, yeah, the second part of the drop, it's actually a really long drop because, yeah, it's trance. So we just added a pad and then again, play around with speed of the violin. Add that really weird synth. And now I could go about saying why I chose certain melodies, but I really feel like it's you need to feel a certain way about your music. You need to feel a certain way about what it is you want to make, and it won't help if I tell you, yeah, I chose this note, because it's mainly just playing around at the keyboard, and there will come that moment where you think that's the one, and then you go from there. I think there's one more thing left for this track, and that's actually the intro drop. And it started with a sample that I found in an old, it was an old sample pack, which basically is simple groove. I thought, what happens when I would combine it with a sub and a kick? But okay, I don't usually do that much grooves in my track, so I thought, let's go with this. And then again, I got something that I liked, and then I'm gonna add something to enhance the thing that I already like. So I got again the synth. Step one. Then I also added some little bass lines on top. And then added a little counter synth. And then again recycle stuff that you already have. So in this case from the breakdown. Drums, introduce the main melody, oh yeah, and then I made this really cool, at least I think, pluck melody, combine it with pads. And then I think, yeah, then that really brings the track together. Sometimes with this track, it wasn't not that difficult of a track to make. It just, we had really quickly the main element done, so then we could really easily build on top of it and get inspired by the things that we already had. So yeah, that's basically how we created the South. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really love to show you how I go about creating my music and inspire you hopefully to create your own music and improve on your own music. The sound is out now on Spotify, so head over there if you want to listen to it. If you like what I do, hit that like button. If you haven't already, subscribe. Should you want to support me financially, I have a Patreon account below. Now, I also have a Discord right now. As you might have known, I'm working on a video game, and for all the people on my Discord channel, I'm posting more and more updates regarding the game, and you will also be the first to know when the first playtest is gonna start. I have a link below where you can join the community on Discord, and I hope to see you there. I really hope you're all having an awesome week, and I see you all on the next video. Take care, bye bye.